English language boasts a rich and complex history, evolving over centuries from its Germanic roots into the global language it is today. Its development is often divided into three main periods: Old English, Middle English, and Modern English, each shaped by significant historical events and linguistic influences. 1. Old English c. 450–1100 AD. The Germanic foundations. The story of English begins with the arrival of three Germanic tribes, the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, who invaded Britain in the 5th century AD after the Roman withdrawal. These tribes, originating from what is now Denmark and northern Germany, spoke similar West Germanic dialects. Their languages blended to form what we now call Old English, or Anglo-Saxon. Key influences: Germanic dialects. The core vocabulary and grammatical structure were derived from these tribal languages. The words be, strong, and water are examples of Old English roots. Celtic languages. While most Celtic speakers were pushed to the west and North Wales, Scotland, Ireland, there was some minor substrate influence on Old English. Latin Christianity was reintroduced to England in the late 6th century, bringing with it Latin influence, particularly in religious and academic vocabulary. Old Norse. From the 8th to 11th centuries, Viking invasions introduced a significant number of Old Norse words, especially those related to everyday life, law, and administration. For example, sky, take, knife, they. This also contributed to some grammatical simplification. Characteristics: Old English was a highly inflected language, meaning words changed form based on their grammatical function, similar to modern German or Latin. It would be largely unintelligible to a modern English speaker. 2. Middle English c. 1100–1500 AD. The Norman conquest and French influence. The most transformative event in the history of English was the Norman conquest of 1066. William the Conqueror and his Norman French-speaking army invaded and conquered England. For centuries, French became the language of the ruling class, government, law, and culture, while English remained the language of the common people. Key influences: Norman French. This brought an enormous influx of French vocabulary into English, particularly in areas like government, law, art, literature, and food. Words like justice, parliament, royal, and beef are examples of French borrowings. Latin. Indirectly through French, many French words themselves had Latin origins, further increasing Latin's indirect influence. Loss of inflections. The coexistence of two languages, English and French, led to a gradual simplification of English grammar, with a significant reduction in inflections. Word order became more important for conveying meaning. Characteristics: Middle English still differs significantly from modern English, but it is more recognizable than Old English. Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales is a prime example of Middle English literature. Towards the end of this period, a London-based dialect began to gain prominence. 3. Modern English c. 1500. Present. Standardization, expansion, and global reach. Modern English period is often divided into Early Modern English c. 1500 to 1800 and Late Modern English c. 1800. Present. Early Modern English c. 1500–1800. The Great Vowel Shift c. 1400–1600. A major change in pronunciation where long vowels shifted upwards in the mouth, profoundly altering the sound of English words. This is a key reason why English spelling often doesn't match pronunciation. The printing press. 1476. William Caxton's introduction of the printing press helped standardize spelling and grammar, based largely on the London dialect. The Renaissance. A renewed interest in classical learning led to a surge of borrowings from Latin and ancient Greek, particularly for scientific, philosophical, and literary terms. For example, education, encyclopedia, skeleton, William Shakespeare's prolific writings greatly enriched the English vocabulary and solidified many common phrases. Exploration and colonization. The expansion of the British Empire led to English being spread around the world, encountering and adopting words from various indigenous languages. Late modern English c. 1800 present Industrial Revolution, new technologies and scientific discoveries necessitated the creation of many new words, often using Greek and Latin roots, for example, biology, telephone, electricity. Colonial expansion in American English, further colonization, and the development of distinct varieties of English, such as American English, led to regional variations in vocabulary, pronunciation, and even grammar. Globalization and technology. The 20th and 21st centuries have seen English become a global lingua franca, influenced by technological advancements, international communication, and diverse cultural interactions. This has led to rapid vocabulary growth and continued evolution. In summary, the history of English is a testament to its adaptability and its ability to absorb and integrate influences from other languages, reflecting the dynamic social, political, and cultural history of Britain and its global interactions.